Hi everyone. Today we're going to be going over how to create and manage pages on your WordPress website. But before we get into the explanation, we want to explain what the difference is between pages and posts because it's a question that we get a lot. In a nutshell, the difference between the two is that posts are really intended for time-sensitive content, while pages are meant for timeless content. So, for example, if you're a service-based website and you have a page that explains all your services, or you have an About Us page that explains who you are and what your business is about, those are pages that are always going to be important to your website. So that's something that's more intended for the pages section. For posts, you might use that for something like blog posts if you have time-sensitive blog posts, or announcements for your website. That's also typically why with posts they have the timestamp along the tops of the posts. There are some technical reasons why they're both intended the way they are, but just in a nutshell, posts are time sensitive, pages are timeless. And with that being said, let's just get into it. So we're starting off in the back end of the website, and we're going to go to the left sidebar where it says pages, and we're going to go to all pages. So this is the entire list of pages that are currently on our website, and from the table you can see the title of the page, you can see the author, if there are any comments on that page. Here you would see a number if there were any comments, and you can see when the page was published. So you'll notice that this layout is very similar to the way the post layout is set up. It works pretty much the same way, just with a few minor differences. If you hover over the page title, you'll see that you get the same four options. You get Edit, Quick Edit, Trash, and View. View will take you directly to the live page, so you can see what it'll look like on your website. In this case, our test page is pretty bare. You can trash a page if you no longer want it on your website. You can edit to edit all the page content, or you can do quick edit to edit some of the options about the page. So with the quick edit, you can basically edit anything you want about the page here, except the actual content on the page. So from here you can change the title, you can change the slug. The slug we explained in the video about managing blog posts, but the slug is the part of the URL up here that will link to the actual post. You can change the date for the page over here. You can change the author. You can assign a password to the page by just typing in the password here, or you can make it private by clicking this box so that it's only accessible from the back end. Now the parent section, this is kind of important when it comes to organization of your website, user friendliness, and important for SEO. So a big difference between the pages and posts is that pages can kind of act in a hierarchy. So for example, let's say we had a page called recipes, and then we had another page called pizza recipes. So pizza recipes is the child page where recipes would be the parent page. So here's where we would assign that, and it's important to be on top of this for organizational reasons. So if this was the pizza recipes page, then in this parent section we'd want to look for the recipes page and assign it here. But in this case, test page doesn't have any parent category, so we're just going to keep this as no parent. The order section, typically you're going to skip this. It's more used for certain types of organization on the website, but basically if you had a list of pages on a certain section of your website and you wanted to put them in a particular order, you can assign order numbers to those pages for organizational reasons. And again, we're not going to dive too in depth into that, mainly because it's for very specific types of websites. Underneath the order section, you can click this box to allow comments on the page. And finally, you can set the status of the page to either published, where people can see it, pending internal review, or you can assign it to just a draft stage. So essentially, that's all the settings minus the actual page content. If you want to adjust everything that has to do with the page, we can click on Edit. So from here, you'll see all the same settings. Here's the title. Here you can change the permalink by clicking Edit, changing it, and then click OK or Cancel. And on the right over here, you can change the status of a page to one of these three options. You can change the visibility, whether it's public, password protected, or private. You can change when it was published. If you want to trash the page, you can click here. You can assign a parent page by clicking this drop down, adding an order, and you can add a featured image to a page. So adding featured images is also important when it comes to sharing content. So if, for example, someone is taking a link to your page and putting it on social media will typically grab the featured image of a page and a little snippet about the page, and that's usually what people see when they see a page on social media. If you don't have a featured image, the social media network that it's being shared on will grab whatever image is available and use that. So featured image allows you to control how the page is being seen by others a little bit more. And then finally, you can control the content of the actual page, which is right over here in this text box. So this works like any other word processor. You can just type in whatever content you want. You can highlight the content and format it however you like. You can make it bolder. You can italicize the text. You can add lists. You can add block quotes. You can change the alignment of text. You can add links. And you can change the formatting of the text just overall. So that's how you would work with an existing page. So now let's say you want to add a new page to the website. There's a couple places you can do that. So from this editing an existing page, there's a button that says add new up here where you can add a new page. From the admin bar along the top, you can hover over new and click page. Or from the left sidebar, you can hover over pages and click add new. So this is what a blank page will look like before we put in any content. So let's walk through how we can do that. So we'll start off with the title. So let's call this test page number 2. And you'll also notice that there's no permalink that's set right off the bat. The permalink section is gone. Once you put in the title and you click anywhere else on the page, the permalink is automatically going to be made from that page title. So you'll see if we click away, now we have the permalink. The slug is test page 2. This is just what is assigned by default. If you want to change it, you can click edit and type in whatever slug you want. Just make sure that instead of spaces between words, you use dashes. But in this case, we want to keep it, so we'll click cancel. And then we can add whatever content we want to add in the content section. So we'll put more content. You can also add media to your content by clicking add media button. And if we had media files over here, we can just click them and click insert into page. Or you can click up top and upload files from your computer. And then we have this set as draft right now. And we want to publish this post. So we'll click publish. And now if you want to see what your page will look like on your website, you click view page. And here's our new page. And that's how you would add and manage pages on your WordPress website.